Hi, my name is Patrick, and welcome back to my first playthrough of Kentucky Route Zero. We are going to continue from where we left off last time, which was right at the end of Act 3, and we're going to dive into the interlude between Act 3 and 4, here and there along the Echo. I don't know really what to expect from this, but we will probably find something continually surreal and interestingly strange. Ah, yes, phone numbers. We love old phones. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever it is you are in the world. Let's go ahead and see what we can mute. Let's do speaker. Can I pick up? Oh, I can pick up. Sweet. Let's dial the number. 5797. Perfect. Ah, yes. The soothing tones of elevator music.
Hello. You have dialed into Here and There Along the Echo, a guide to the Echo River for drifters and pilgrims. This guide is a public service provided by the Bureau of Secret Tourism.
Nice. Okay.
For a menu of our resources, press 1. If you have an extension to dial, press 9. For more information about our organization, press 3. If you don't remember dialing this number at all, press 5. To hear these options again, press 0. The Bureau of Secret Tourism is supported by a generous population of river creatures whom I fix up and grill as necessary. I'm environmentally minded, and I believe all creatures are equally deserving of support in their transition to the next world. So I usually try to sing a little elegy like, small water creature, crab or frog, now you know that sleep is all around us, like a muggy, tranquil fog. Something like that. It's easier to come up with these songs when I'm hungry in a sort of transcendental fasting state, but I've actually just had breakfast. A debt of gratitude is also owed to the Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces, who unselfishly and unknowingly donates this here telephone line for the purpose of this here informational resource. You can always find the latest secret tourism literature in any of our unmarked kiosks or any other old place it happens to lay. That's all I have to say about that. Hey, do me a favor. When you get a chance, call us back at extension 1928. You can
1928.
press 0 now to go back to the main menu.
1928. Let me write that down. Okay, I wrote that down.
You can press 0 now.
Yeah.
Welcome home. For historical sites along the Echo River, press 1. For a guide to the river's flora and fauna, press 2.
Oh, that's different.
For help identifying an unfamiliar sound, press 3. If you're holding a snake right now, press 4. To hear these options again, press 0. Well, if you're dialed into this here informational resource, then you're a certain kind of beachcombing, bat-calling sightseer. So let's take a driftwood inventory. For a diver's guide to underwater islands, press 1. For forgotten places, press 2. For restless places, press 3. For what little we know of the iron pariah, press 4. For food and drink recommendations, press 5. To return to the main menu, press 6. To hear these options again, press 0.
I want some food.
For food, press 1. For drink, press 2. To return to the main menu, press 5. If you plan your journey along the Echo to be a slow and thoughtful one, you will surely want to eat. It's true, and even advanced preparation can still fail you. Maybe the food you've packed will fall in the water and be spoiled. Or it could be stolen by a bat. Well, the water sustains all travelers. Catch it yourself in the river, or have something prepared for you at this place out on the lake. The restaurant is called, well, it's out on Lake Letha. It has to be out there where the water is deepest. If you go early in the morning, you might see the diver bring in his nightly haul. Weird creatures from weird depths, fish, crabs, jellies, things we don't have proper names for at this elevation. Sam and Ida's, that's the name of it. Sam dives, Ida cooks. Unique fare and uncommon conversation, to say nothing of the decor. If you do stop by, tell them I said hello.
Will do.
And that they're always in my thoughts and prayers.
Well.
For a diver's guide to underwater islands, press 1. For forgotten places, press 2. For restless places, press 3. For what little we know of the iron pariah, press 4. For food and drink recommendations, press 5. To return to the main menu, press 6. To hear these options again, press 0. For the cluttered place, press 1. For the flooding place, press 2. For a list of the places where people can't sleep, press 3. People can't sleep in the wet grass or on the bridges of New Königsberg. They can't sleep anywhere near Lake Letha because it's too large. Nobody can sleep with their toes in the river because it's too cold. People can't sleep where I sleep because I'm all knees and elbows, and anyway, there isn't enough room for both of us. I'm not sure if anyone can sleep on the deck of the Mucky Mammoth, but I'm certain they can't sleep on the trash barge because of the smell. If you have anything to add, please call us back with extension 7360. For a diver's guide to underwater islands, press 1.
Goodness.
For forgotten places, press 2. Perhaps it's the violent displacement of natural gases. Perhaps the river tilts to face the moon, slowly changing the angle of its surface over time. Some sailors blame corked rocks. Whatever the geological explanation, the islands of the Echo River are mostly transient, rising and diving on some inscrutable schedule. The following islands are presently underwater. The Red Island, Fancy Island, Tearless Rock, Island of 350 and 440 hertz, Baucus Keys, Angled Island, Bear Island, the Doubtful Island. This list is current as of now. For a diver's guide to underwater islands, press 1. For forgotten places, press 2. For secret tourism, forgotten places are the vital spark. Take no pictures here, nor souvenirs. Write no travelogues. We will discuss these places now in vague and qualified descriptions. For the town with no roads to it, press 1. For the silo of late reflections, press 2. For the monument to something that we don't remember what it is, press 3. I suppose it must have been an important event if we felt we needed to commemorate it. The monument looks like it was a lot of work to put together. I wonder if it was a happy occasion, something we were celebrating and didn't want to let go of, or if instead it was something so horrible that we never wanted to forget it, for fear that we'd accidentally do it again.
Oh dear.
There isn't a plaque or anything. I guess we didn't think we'd need one. For a diver's guide to underwater islands,
let's go ahead and do
press
this.
1. For forgotten.
And let's, oh. So, where to? I could use a taco or something. I am starving. I had all that jerky on the way down. Seafood sound okay? Where's the sea? Oh, it's probably flown in frozen. It always is. I mean, it's fresh at the coast when they freeze it, so it's still like it's fresh when they bring it over here. Time slows down as you head inland. Right. Same thing for shrimp. Cool. Ready to go? Let's just take a minute. Yeah, I still want to pick up and dial back for another. Let's see what this does. There we go. We can dial an extension. Ah, yes.
Hello. You have dialed into Here and There Along the Echo, a guide to the Echo River for drifters and pilgrims. This guide is a public service provided by the Bureau of Secret Tourism. For a menu of our resources, press 1. If you have an extension to dial, press 9. Now is the time to dial an extension.
Let's see what happens.
I just want to listen to the wind blow. Or even better, television static. Can you tune your TV to a dead station and let the static play into the phone? When you're finished, press the 0 button. Thanks.
I sadly don't have a TV that I can tune to a dead station, but, you know, we'll just pretend that we did.
Welcome home. For historical sites along the Echo River, press 1. For a guide to the river's flora and fauna, press 2. For help identifying an unfamiliar sound, press 3. If you're holding a snake right now, press 4. To hear these options again, press 0. For a catalog of subterranean birdsong, press 1. For help identifying something that's happening in the dark, press 2. If you are hearing organ music, press 3. To return to the main menu, press 5. To hear these options again, press 0. The wet, rocky contours of the Echo River make for sometimes baffling reverberations that turn mundane sounds into weird, rattling symphonies. Like that. It can be a challenge to pick through the clamor and recognize even something as simple as water dropping in a metal bucket, especially in the dark. Here are some examples. When you hear a sound you want to know more about, just press 1. At any time, you can press 5 to stop. That was someone burning a phone book. That was a phone ringing underwater. That was a motorboat's propeller failing. That was dirt being thrown on the lid of a coffin. And that was a canoe tipping over from several miles away. That was someone burning a phone book. For a catalog of subterranean birdsong, press 1. Now I'll play you several recordings of Echo River birdsong. When you hear a song you want to know more about, just press 1. At any time, you can press 5 to stop. Ah, the lonesome teal. Ugly, spiteful little thing.
Spiteful.
That's the American grit piper. Huh? I thought they were extinct. The rock sparrow. Don't feed him. He'll come back with friends. You've got a gray-beaked grouse there. Not my favorite bird. That's a mourning hummingbird, so named because they bury their dead. That's just a pigeon. I believe that's a painted avocet. If you catch him, you can make a nice pigment from his feathers. The peat-breathed riverbill. Keep an eye on that one. They make their nests out of stolen jewelry. The lonesome teal. Ugly, spiteful little thing.
Think we've gone full loop there?
For a catalog of subterranean birdsong, press 1. For help identifying something that's happening in the dark, press 2. If you are hearing organ music, press 3. Lucky you. Does it sound like this?
Oh no, it's not stopping. Okay. Well, let's try that again, shall we? No. Hold on, I still got one more number I need to dial.
Hello. You have dialed into Here and There Along the Echo, a guide to the Echo River for drifters and pilgrims. This guide is a public service provided by the Bureau of Secret Tourism. For a menu of our resources, press 1. If you have an extension to dial, press 9. For more information about our organization, press 3. If you don't remember dialing this number at all, press 5. To hear these options again, now is the time to dial an extension. All right then. Tell us why you can't sleep. When you're finished, press the 0 button.
Well, frequently it's because it's either too hot out, or it's because my pillow is not fluffy enough.
Welcome home. For historical sites along the Echo River, press 1. For a guide to the river's flora and fauna, press 2. For help identifying an unfamiliar sound, press 3. If you're holding a snake right now, press 4. So, you're probably not in any danger, but why are you holding that snake? If you're involved in an exchange of some kind, press 1. If holding the snake is part of your spiritual practice, press 2. If you don't remember why you're holding the snake, press 3. To return to the main menu, press 0. Okay. What's the last thing you remember? Please describe your memory in as much detail as you are able, paying particular attention to any smells and sounds you may recall. Were you breathing through your mouth or your nose? What did the air taste like? And so on. Feel free to call again with extension 1618 and tell us the whole story.
Yet
All
another.
right. Let's roll up our sleeves and get to work on this here snake situation. What you're going for is a kind of gestural conversation. Don't worry. I'll lead you two through it. Give that snake a name and look her right in the eyes and say her name. I'm going to go with Delia for the purpose of demonstration, but you pick a suitable name. Try
Francine.
to follow along with me here to the best
Okay.
of your ability. Delia,
Francine.
take it easy now.
Take it easy now.
What if all of this is just a reflection of a reflection?
What if all this is just a reflection of
Now,
reflection?
hold the silence while she processes that metaphysical curveball. Okay, what's Delia up to now? If she's staring right back at you, press 1. If she's wriggling around, press 2. And if she's just kind of limp, press 3. Good. Now you got her attention. Now, leading with your shoulder, slowly tilt your body to the left, always maintaining eye contact. Adjust your feet as necessary. You want to do a full rotation over several seconds. It's normal to feel a bit self-conscious. Try not to get tangled up in the phone cord, or next time plan ahead and use a cordless. Alright, where are we at? If the snake is breathing heavily, press 1. If she's curled around your forearm, press 2. If her tongue is extended, press 3. You just point your tongue right back at her. If hers moves left, yours moves right, and so on. Maintain eye contact so she knows you're not making fun of her. There you go. Delia should be in a kind of a calm, thoughtful state now, so you can move on. So, put that snake in some grass or something. Let Delia be free, like a snake should. And go ahead and wash your hands if you care to. I would.
Well, that just moved.
Welcome home. For historical sites along the Echo River, press 1.
One more time now. No, I got one more extension to try. I'm actually curious to dial this number in real life and see if it actually connects to something.
Hello. You have dialed into Here and There Along the Echo, a guide to the Echo River for drifters and pilgrims. This guide is a public service provided by the Bureau of Secret Tourism. For a menu of our resources, press 1. If you have an extension to dial, press 9. Now is the time to dial an extension. Something else shook loose. Well, how vivid is it? I mean, can you really smell it? Are you sweating it out now? Are your hands all damp? And when you brush your hair out of your eyes, it just tastes like... Listen, if your hands are damp, press 1. If your feet are damp in your socks, press 2. If you don't feel particularly damp anywhere, press 3. Oh, everyone has a damp spot somewhere in their body or mind. That's what lets us sort of squish a little when we try to remember something. Muddy the details, right? Even if it's just that wet blood sloshing around in there. Your soggy heart, right? Let's hear all about it. When you're finished explaining yourself, press the 0 button.
I have nothing to explain. Although I don't think my heart is soggy. It is a pumping meat sack for blood. Okay then.
Welcome home. For historical sites along the Echo River, press 1.
Okay, I think we're good. Cool, ready to go? Yeah, let's go. Alright. Here and there along the Echo into Act 4. Let us see where this takes us this time. When we left off, we had just gotten on the ferry, and now there is a mammoth of a ferry? Okay. Hi there. Manual 5.4 context backlash. General wear on the gestural gear mounting apparatus 5A-1 may result in undesirable play between teeth and the context and history state machine gears, causing stuttering, slippage, resetting, skipping. I guess this could be slippage. If left unresolved, gear slop can gradually throw limbs out of alignment, blend motions, and decontextualize gestures. See also sections 1.8, general troubleshooting, and 5.3, gesture context. Gesture context, 5.3, gesture context. All gestures happen in a context. The set of preceding gestures, the overall orientation, and the extended variables such as time of day and interior effect gear angles. Maybe I ought to read it back to front. My savior! Our friend here is in a bad way. Any insight? I just try to stay clear of high voltage these days. I don't at all blame you, especially down here on the water, I mean. Sure, it's dangerous, but this is where she lives. And what brings you down to the Echo tonight? Just tagging along. Ha! That doesn't sound like you. We dragged some folks to a show, just returning the favor. I'm sure your new friends appreciate the company. It's no shame to be lonesome. We picked you up at the Bureau tonight. Never seen you that far upriver before. I hope that doesn't mean you've been traveling on the Zero. Yeah, have you been there, the Zero? Oh, no, not me. This old river rat steals clear of weird hideways. I've been traveling this river for more than half my life, more or less, alone. I think I've seen it change quite a bit in all those years. But I can't say for sure. The water has a peculiar way of making a person forgetful. Some nights I remember a place, but it's full of strange new people. And some nights I meet an old friend on an unfamiliar shore. I wonder which kind of night this is. Indeed. Indeed. Act 4, Scene 1. The Mucky Mammoth. Hey, doggo! That's not the doggo I know, is it? How's that cold river spray treating you? I thought I saw you squinting. It's hard water, you know, hard on the eyes. Still irritates mine a little, and I'm piloting a tugboat through it 6 nights a week. Don't be too shy to close them in public. Your eyes, I mean. People will just assume you're thoughtful. You need tea? So, peppermint, definitely. Bitter hedgehog, dried spring acarus, spilt gill powder, and Greenie's goat foot. What are all those for? Eye strain. Dried spring agarus makes the taste of the rest of it. Masks the taste of the rest of it. Greenie's goat's foot in particular has an eccentric flavor profile. It's mushroom-based. I'm a big believer in the fungal pharmacy. Is that your dog? Yeah, that's Valkyrie. I call her Val. She's a rescue. Isn't she dignified? I've always thought so. Is that your cat too, below deck? Huh? I thought that was your cat. He came on board with you at the Bureau. Well, it wouldn't be the first time some strange animal hitched a ride. I hope you enjoy the trip on our little mammoth. Take advantage of all the amenities. Fresh air, cozy bunks, hot tea, the video room. There are some pretty interesting tapes down there, actually. Unusual, I mean. Weird. Watch out that the VCR doesn't take your hand off, though. It's untrustworthy. What's wrong with the VCR? I can take a look. Oh, please do. I don't know anything about electronics. Maybe try a few different tapes. You'll get the picture. Hey, do me a favor. Go ask Will how the repairs are going and if he needs anything. We're coming up to the next stop here, just refueling and picking up a few things. I could grab a bolt or some wire or something, whatever he needs. Well, eyes on the road. Alright, let's, Oh, yeah, into the mainstay with you. Oh, I don't have to do anything. How you do a puppy dog? Hi, pupper dog. I want to say hi. Can I say hi to the pupper dog? I can't. Oh, 0-5 game. Can't say hi to the pupper dog. Looks like people inside. Hey, there's old Blue. Singing quietly. For we on mold and misty feed and... Oh! What gears? What gears? Probably, who knows. First thing I tried, anyway. Down here by this little blue box, I took all the gears out and dried each one by hand, and then I loaded them back in again. That took care of the grinding sound, but a truck keeps doing that sparking, clanging, weeping thing. To be honest with you, I'm not really qualified for this work. Kate's a friend. You know how it is, don't you? Kate was asking if you needed anything when we stopped. Hell, I don't know. Scratch ticket? I think she meant, like, parts or... I wouldn't know if I did. How do you and Kate know each other? So... Ever walked through rolling farmland? Sure, along the highway. Along the highway, that's what I mean, or smaller roads. Well, I sure did. I slipped under or over fences and I walked barefoot with the seeds when they were just planted and tilled the earth with my toes. Yeah, I should tell you where I left my shoes. Did you know I'm a classically trained organist? It's true. Look at these long fingers and pedal-gripping toes. It doesn't matter. A minor in French literature earned me a position teaching Arud Tuzola at the university. Well, some shitty governor cut state funding for our department, and I was demoted to mopping floors, running wiring through walls, or in dangerous places. I even operated the soundboard at the student theater. I left my shoes there at that university. It was a protest, walk without shoes for something important or tragic. I ended up by the shore, and soon I was drifting along the Echo. It ran for a while above ground, then it doesn't anymore, but I prefer subterranean waters anyway. Kate meets me along, and I record what I see and hear. I try to help with the maintenance. I drop off the mail and pick up the trash. On occasion, I take them home. Anyway, that's all I try to remember anymore. I listen to the river's stories, and my own stories get fainter and fainter. Well, I'll just keep drying gears, I guess. Ezra runs up to Shannon. Whoa, slow down. It's slippery up on deck. Do you have batteries? Yeah, of course. What for? Johnny said I could use his tape recorder, but it needs a battery. Oh, fun. Well... Shannon searches her pockets. Here's 4 different kinds. Surely one of these should fit. Thank you. Oh, suddenly, okay. We are now a different person. Hello, Will. You got your batteries, small man? Go get you some tape. Alright, sure. I will go back indoors in a moment. I just wanted to see the tail end. Oh, we are towing something. Question is, what are we towing? I want to say hi to the puppy. Can I say hi to the puppy? Cannot say hi to puppy dogs. 0 of 5 game. Alright, let's go in. Hello, musicians. To Junebug. Really? You were entranced? You don't remember this? It's okay, we've all seen a lot of concerts. Cyrano opened. His tape machine was broken or something. It got really cosmic. Right, at the flower shop. I remember that show. I just... sorry, Clara. Well, you have a second chance to hear it tonight. That was fast. Got the batteries? Let's see. Perfect, this one will do. So, you hit this button here to record. Hold it right here so you don't cover the microphone with your hand. I bet you'll find a lot of good sounds just around the tugboat. There's plenty of tape in there, so don't be stingy with it. Just record anything that catches your ear. It really changes the way you listen. For the better, I mean. Are you playing a concert tonight? I could record that. Yeah, Claire here came all the way from Lithuania just to do this Echo River gig. Ha, it's a tour. Tomorrow I'll be in Nashville and then Atlanta, and then over to the coast. Brutal. Well, we're lucky she's making a stop. Johnny and I saw her play once, and I remember loving it. And Johnny was moved. Speaking of Cyrano, it's his night at the Rum Colony. Kate said she usually stops off there. Well, that's ideal. I'm supposed to meet a lady there to look at some old engine parts about 3 hours ago. 3 hours go fast at the Rum Colony, ma'am. I bet she's still there. I hope we don't stop there too long. My concert is soon. I don't want to keep them waiting. Nah, it's river time. Nobody expects you to be punctual. Hey, why don't you give that tape recorder a try? See if that cat over there has anything he wants to say. I often use found sounds in my music. If you find some interesting sounds tonight, you can help me out. Alright. I want to not do that. I want to go upstairs. Can I go? Ah, kitty! Kitty? Whoa! His arm is now... Oh no. Kitty. Oh, kitty. Alright, dude. You're now one arm shy of a... it's getting worse. Lovely. That does not bode well. You know, it's the strangest thing. I can't remember why I came up here. Neither can I. Damn noisy river. It's just that thing about... What was it? When you walk through a door? When you go into the kitchen for something and as soon as you pass from one room into another, you forget what you wanted. You have to walk back out just to remember, like you left a part of your brain behind. Hey, I wonder if I could follow that brain crumb trail all the way back to the room I was born in. Conway cranes his neck over the railing. You were driving for hours. Get any sleep? Just resting my eyes for a minute. Every little bit helps, right? Shannon leans over the railing and looks at the river below. Did you see Ezra going? Oh yeah, he's poking around with that tape recorder, exploring. Should I be worried? I'm fine. Sure you are. What's up, huh? You look like there's something you want to ask. Fine, you can ask it. One question. Do you really have to go to work at the hard times? Didn't seem so bad, did it? It's a way to live. I mean, rent a bed, eat at the cafeteria. Not like I have a choice. I think you do have a choice. I've got to repay my debt. Hell, I should be grateful for the opportunity. If you want to die with any dignity, you've got to settle up. That's why it's such a damn shame when people go sudden. Well. Oh, nice. From the Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. Along the Echo. I'm sure I talk too much. Everyone in this river does. The problem is that we listen twice as much as that. We're only telling you half the stories we hear. Kate told me that I ought to have been a photographer. She said, "You have an uncanny way of having been at the place at the time when the thing happened there. And that's the hardest part of taking a photograph anyway." Nice of her to say, but it isn't true. Though I know just about every story on this river, most of them I picked up second, third, or fourth hand and so on. Listening, see? Now, I know what you're going to ask, so I'm going to answer it. Yes, I'm sure they're all true. I personally believe a story gets more true as it's tossed around from brain to brain and the whole community brings their insight to bear on the brittle facts of experience. There are a few Echo River stories I witnessed directly. I saw that big owl migration pass through. You might have heard about that. I was there when the old train station flooded. I saw the ghost of Stephen Bishop brew up a batch of white lightning on a raft, Anyway, I talked to a few sailors who recently crossed paths with him, and I suspect samples of his wares. One night, when I was working on the Mucky Mammoth, we packed up a gaggle of passengers headed down to a mail drop by the silo of light reflections. Mail drop. I know a couple of them in passing. A pair of traveling musicians whom I often encountered on the river. The others were strangers to me at the time, a young woman, a small boy, and an old man whose name I didn't catch. Oh, and a smelly old dog. We docked at a gas station so the Mammoth could refuel. Oh, looked around the map room or followed into the gas station. I want to check out the gas station. Act 4, Scene 2. A gas station. Gas! We cut it close. I usually find this place upriver. Everybody's on the lake tonight. The gas station moves around? Sure, it's not anchored or anything. We could be anywhere up and down the Echo. You just kind of run into it when you need it, or hopefully a little before you need it. Usually stop here once a night. Though, to be honest, I'm not sure it's even the same one. Doesn't have a name or anything, and I never really pay attention to who's behind the counter. Anyway, it's nice to see you two. Most of my regular passengers must have gotten held up elsewhere in their journey tonight. It's that storm, I think. Look at him go. That kid has a lot of energy. Got to be past his bedtime or something, right? I don't think he has a bedtime. He's a maverick. Sounds familiar. You don't have any of your own, I mean. No, I guess not. I just realized you two come here through here so often. We chat about all kinds of stuff, but I never thought to ask about family. We're all the family we need. That's sweet. So, how about that storm upstairs? Did you two get caught in it? I heard it kind of roamed around uncertain. I'm sure we'll hear all about it tomorrow. Flooding, property damage, probably killed a few tomatoes. It's got the river churning and everyone headed to the lake here, whereas the water's calmer. I myself don't mind navigating a choppy river. Not at all. I've got a good feel for it. Plus, it's better for fungal growth. High water consumes the cave moths, and their wet wings clump together into these tiny little balls of nutrient-dense mushroom food, jammed by current here and there between the rocks. You have never seen a mushroom grow on a soggy cave moth carcass. You've never seen a mushroom grow like on a soggy cave moth carcass. Amazing. If I could get a day off, Val and I would be out there all day tomorrow to harvest. I mean it. They'll be ready by tomorrow. A mushroom will just grow as fast as you can pump water into it. Hey, are you headed out this way tomorrow? Maybe I could send Val ashore with you for a few hours. She's got a remarkable nose for mushrooms. You wouldn't even know what to look for. Just put a bag around her neck and she'll bring them back to you. Yeah. We don't know where we'll be tomorrow. Ah, I should have figured. Seems you two are always on the move. It does seem that way. So, I should get back aboard. No rush, I just want to brew some tea before we get underway. Headed into the station? I thought I'd grab some black coffee for the old man. He's looking a bit waterlogged. Sure, don't want him falling asleep on you. Nah, he'll be alright. He seems the type who can hold his liquor. Seems like he has a little experience, I mean. Hey, while you're in there, could you remind the gas station attendant this fuel is on my tab? Charge it to the Mucky Mammoth. Oh, and Will wanted a scratch ticket. Thanks. I think I'll just watch the lake for a bit, man. Doggo. Ding dong. Looking for crystals? Snacks. Sure, we have snacks. We have... How about some jerky? It's homemade. Not by me. You work on the mammoth? I can add it to your tab. Oh, you know the tugboat? The captain, Kate, said I'd have to remind you. Sure, they're here every night. It's okay. I have one of those faces. Forgettable. I wouldn't say that. It's okay. I've learned to accept it. In fact, I've learned to cherish it. There's dignity in being forgotten, letting the crowd flow around you unspoiled. I used to live in a city, I mean a real city, Cleveland, Ohio. I had some family money then, and I didn't have to work. I lived in hotels. In daylight, I walked wherever the people were. My only duty was to the crowd. I was its observer, its historian, its detective, its poet. Well, the money ran out, and I dispersed with the rest of them. I took my duties with me here, to the Lake Leth and the Echo River. I live behind this counter, anonymous, invisible, but I live with dignity. And yourself? Sure, something like that. I like to keep moving. Yeah, that's the way to do it. I can't help it myself. I travel at the pleasure of the current. Snacks are in the back there. Chocolates, licorices, cheese crackers, dehydrated, bleached, reconstructed, and colorized. That attendant is a trip. Anonymous, invisible, lived with dignity, he said. The bag on the bottom shelf is decorated with cartoonish pictures of vegetables. Through a plastic window in the packaging, she can see puffed corn-shaped and colored like carrots, tomatoes, and broccoli florets, and a few puffy white discs that might represent potatoes. Who knows? Maybe he's onto something. Somewhere in there is surely a preservative, in the case the rest of the process hasn't done enough to stop the flow of time. Oh, somebody just drifting on by. Does Johnny ever feel like that? She turns the bag over to look for the ingredients, but only finds a marketing blurb. Inspired by real vegetables. Shit, that floodwater washed you half up way out to sea. I was looking for you down by the new Konzenberg. Same as usual, but ain't nobody there, and the river's deep as an elephant's... Oh, didn't see you there, man. Pardon my language. Where are you headed? Well, in fact, I'm headed right here. Glad to have found it at last. I expect you must be Loretta. Enchanted to meet you. Sorry I'm late. Hey, is that coming on too flowery or something? Enchanted? Repeating it now, I feel a little silly. I'm not Loretta, but I think you'll do fine with Enchanted. Well, thanks for saying so. But now I'm double embarrassed. How do you know Loretta? I really don't. I met Loretta on the computer. We met each other there, or I guess we spoke through the computer and agreed to meet? I don't know the terminology. I haven't dated in quite a while. Back when I met Greta, that's my wife, excuse me, my ex, or maybe I am her ex? I don't know how to say it. Anyway, back then, there wasn't even such a thing as computers at all. I mean, I guess there probably was, but I never heard of one. I worked in textiles. So here I am. So what's your plan when Loretta shows up? Oh, maybe head down the road to the rum colony? Shoot. Forgot to ask if she likes to drink. Never really know these days. I guess first I'd ask her about that. If she doesn't like rum, I'd maybe try to take her by the Bat Sanctuary. That's pretty romantic in a sense. I mean, like misty valleys and ruined churches romantic, not like flowers and chocolates romantic. Of course, they've got that memorial there. That's a little depressing, actually. Maybe we kind of sail around that. Ah, damn it all, I guess I probably missed her. Wonder if she'll agree to meet me again. I'm sure she'll understand with the weather and all. Nice of you to say so. Well, I guess I'll head on back. Hey, supposing Loretta doesn't want to see me after all? My card is full. Oh, no, sorry, that's not what I meant. Actually, I wanted to ask you for some advice. I had to type up sort of autobiography for the computer date. I spent a lot of time on it, but I only got one reply, and that was Loretta herself. I was happy to meet her, but supposing she's lost interest now. Do you think you can maybe give me some feedback? It's only a paragraph or so. I have it all memorized. I spent so damn long writing it. Okay, here's how it goes. I am a good-natured man, retired, and spend most of my time sailing the Echo River, riding currents of subterranean gas, that strange invisible wind that moans out of the small tunnels along the bank. Seeking a companion to map the river with me, I have 2 grown children, but they live far away. No goofballs. Okay, what do you think? What's that about goofballs? I mean, like, serious inquirers only. I might miss out on some really great goofballs. Ha! You may be right about that. Hey, this song is from the previous... Why mention your children? Oh, just... I figured it'll come up somehow. I don't know how people feel about dating with kids. Like I said, it's been a while. Are you proud? Yeah, sure I am. My son is a school teacher and my daughter owns a printing press. Good people. Yeah, maybe I just mentioned it there. Hoping I'll get to brag a little. You'll be fine. Alright, thanks for your help, man. Really renewed my confidence. Ready to get back on that computer. You have a good night now. What's left of it, anyway. What do you think of that other dog we got on board, Val? Blue came along with that old man drinking up she's not doing any mushroom hunting, that's for sure. Weird cane fungus growing on soggy moth wings? Sounds kind of romantic, but also kind of gross, right? So would you like to ride with us for a day? I guess you missed Kate, even just for a day. Maybe we can still talk her into it. Okay, that's that. Out we go. Wait, can I get... I got snacks, but I didn't get scratch ticket or the other thing. Oh well. Sorry, Cricket. Nothing good on offer. Not even those little gummy pomegranate seeds? I didn't look. It's okay. I'll go check. Wish me luck. Good luck. Oh, here comes somebody else up on in. And there goes somebody else's boat. What did Junebug and Val have to say? Big plans for the night? We should probably start looking for a place to stop and recharge for the day. Maybe we'll just follow you and Kate and the mammoth for a while. Do you get those little gummy pomegranate seeds? I had 3 boxes at the beginning of the week and they're all gone. Can't keep them on the shelves. To be honest, our whole inventory is pretty low right now. There's a delivery boat that usually swings by earlier in the night, but I guess something came up. Where are you headed? Helping some new friends make a delivery, or along for the ride anyway. Well, even if you're not doing the heavy lifting or navigating or whatever, a passenger contributes to a journey too. I never travel, but I do love travelers. That's what I like about this job. The travelers come to me. Meet some interesting people. I wouldn't say I meet them, but I do sell them gas. Well, let me know if I can help you find anything. Gloria, it's a good day to be among friends. Suit yourself. What are you so excited about? I can't help it. Every time I step onto that boat alone, I think this could be the very last time. And then every time I come ashore, back among people, I think, glory. It is good to be among friends. Helps keep things in perspective, I guess. It's a ritual of remembrance for me. Tonight, particularly so. It's my birthday. I am 5 years old. Do you know why I say that? Well, I'm going to tell you. 5 years and some days ago, I set out on the Echo River alone, or so I thought at the time. I was looking for an ice floe. They are occasionally rumored to travel our humble artery on their way from who knows where to who knows where. Who knows why? It's a mystery. An hour into the journey, my lantern gave out. Now, I always carry 3 or 4 spares. You'll never catch me in the dark again. Lesson learned, buddy. But that night, when the lantern went out, I was stuck in the dark. I kept my arm extended, running my fingers along the cave wall, trying to keep my bearing as best I could, and at least make sure I wasn't going in circles. I just prayed to find another traveler who knew his way back to the lake or above ground, or even just a crack in the rock to get a glimpse of moonlight. I had a large bag of apples with me. After a long while, maybe a day, I was getting weak, so I took my hand down from the rock to tear the bag open. Well, when I reached back out, I couldn't find that cave wall anymore, or any other. I was totally unmoored, buddy. Totally adrift. And it was so dark. I started counting time in apples eaten. I drifted in despair for 4 apples. Then I schemed and planned and dreamed for 2 apples. Finally, I came to accept my fate. Lost at sea, and this phase I think would have continued indefinitely had I not come down to that very last damn apple. Picture me, feeling around in the empty bag, certain that somehow there was another one of those fist-sized chunks of life-giving fruit already softened by time and probably an unappetizing brown. Nope. That was it. Just as I was about to bite into my last meal, I felt a tickle on my upper lip. It hatched right then. Couldn't have been a moment later or I would have eaten it. My last apple was infested by a damn fruit fly maggot. Well, that should have been the end of it. I should have eaten that apple and that fly while I was at it and put an end to our little food chain suicide pact, but I waited. Out of mercy. After all, this fly was basically a newborn child, right? A gross insect child, but still a child, right? Born into darkness and famine, hungry and alone. I mean, can you imagine that? No other flies out there on the boat, and never would be. No other flies to welcome him into the world. I mean, no fly culture, no fly society, no fly history. True orphan. I started to get depressed just thinking about it. Worked out a thick tear I'm not ashamed to say. Well, that fly landed on my cheek, right under my left eye, right under that salty teardrop, and then blinding glory, his ass lit up like a candle. That wasn't a fly, buddy. That was a damn lightning bug. So that's how I come I'm here today with you folks? Only because I found my way out of that strange river cave by the dim-lit rear of some orphan insect hatched out of my last rotten apple. Gloria, it is good to be among friends. Well then, bud. That guy's a trip, that gas station attendant. Did you talk to him? It's funny, he actually reminds me of a frog, that frog we had for a bit. I thought it was a toad. Oh, is there a difference? Toads are bigger. Huh, I never knew. Seemed more like a cat to me, the attendant, I mean. Oh yeah, I can see that too. Aloof, but strangely chatty. Maybe we should pick up another one? A frog or a cat or an iguana or something. Feeling lonely, Cricket? Or maybe a third person to travel with? Huh, now that would be a whole new adventure, wouldn't it? You and me, we're good together. Safe, free, you know what I mean? We can try stuff out, change our clothes, swap parts around, just play. I'm not lonely, just curious. With another person to play with, what else could we be? We can keep it in mind. Let's not rush into anything. Yeah, you're right about that, ma'am. No rush. Oh, that's Kate. Time to hit the road. River, I mean. Onward we go. See that small brick building? It used to be an upholstery shop. Now it's inhabited by very skilled taxidermists, whose art is greatly in demand. When it was an upholstery shop, it didn't see nearly as much business. That must be it down there. The old shop's name has been lost to time and weather. This was decades ago, and the only trace of it now is the grayed frame of an old sign behind the new lettering, which now reads Trapper, Stalker, and Sportsman, and then below smaller, no specimen is too exotic, no arrangement too fanciful. Some of the upholstery equipment is still there too, and it still sees active use. Elise is the resident artist, though she's not the owner of the shop. It's owned by her aunt, Ida. Ida has very little to do with the day-to-day. She's busy with other endeavors, mostly the restaurant and her husband run. She and her husband run on Lake Leaf. Oh, I want to see the video collection. Ugh. Yeah, let's see the video collection. Just curious. Act 4, Scene 3. The Mucky Mammoth. Kitty. Doggy? I don't know what that is. And little bugs down below. The shelves are full of dusty tapes. Some have been relabeled several times, the stickers piling up thick on their spines. Weather. Kitty. The on-screen title identifies this program as The History of Weather Volume 3, Drought. Over footage of a dry riverbed, the program's narrator explains the differences between modern drought and ancient drought. The narrator proposes that modern drought may hardly be considered weather at all, since its severity and behavior are so influenced by human activity. Shannon comes through the video archive. Question mark. I'm just waiting for it to all go trippy. The awful hum. It seems to start before Shannon even hits play. Then there's the familiar room. There are the blank gray walls marked with tape and school desks. This time she notices a few more details. The murky carpet like standing water, some video equipment stashed in the corner, a row of lockers. And there's Weaver looking serenely at the camera. As before, she starts speaking, and as before, there's no sound but that hum. Shannon finds Weaver's words coming back to her, and they appear in captions on the screen. Mail, school, and these magnificent tragic horses. Go underground as deep as you can go. The air is cool and the earth is damp. When you close your eyes, you're surrounded by the dead. Remember where that is? You'll find your way from there. I think this place is what you're looking for. Some of it will wash away soon, but I think you'll be happy here, even without the mail, school. The text repeats for a few minutes and Shannon stops the tape. Oh, it's blue. Oh, no, return the tape. Return the tape. No, go back. Where are you going? Come back in here. Thank you. Alright. And there's the anchor. Okay. You eating blue? Kitty! Bye, kitty. Oh, why is... Oh, that's just because where I clicked. Okay. Nope, nope. Got trees and other things. Oh, hello. Can I go upstairs? I can. Ooh. I'm just curious if there's anything up here I can interact with. Nope. Okay. It was worth trying. No. It was only a few notes, slow and sad, like funeral music, you know? I don't remember it being sad, just simple and unburdened. Maybe that's what funeral music sounds like to me. Unburdened. Oh, hello. Kate and I were just trying to remember the Mammoth song. But neither of us have heard it for years. Will just found the mechanism. In the Mammoth's belly, hidden in gritty, matted fur. It's like a big music box, a slowly spinning cylinder covered in metal pins that pluck her dulcet guts and pump the bellows in her bowels. But some of the pins are rusted and worn away. Easy to replace if we can ever remember what the notes were. Did I hire you browsing the archive next door? Find anything good? Found something pretty unsettling, actually. Oh dear. I don't even know what's on half those tapes anymore. They used to all be movies and that kind of stuff. I like nature documentaries especially. Some people left some home movies or little art videos they've made. But that damn VCR devours anything you leave in it. It just switches into record mode at random, I think, and picks up whatever's coming in over the antenna. Of course, the only station we get down here is that WEVP community television, you know? They've got that show with the gentleman playing banjo in his birthday suit. I'm sure you've seen it. Oh, yes. And if there's no tape in the machine, then when it tries to start recording, it makes this awful sound, like putting a squeaky toy in a food processor. I can hear it above deck. Awful. That's why I put the sign up. Please do not rewind after watching. At least that way nothing gets taped over anymore. I'm sure I can fix it. My hero. We're talking earlier. She has an intuition for these things. I just like to take things apart. You should meet Dashiell. He did a lot of volunteer work for WVP. In the early days, wiring up antennas and relays, stuff like that. I think you two would have a lot to talk about. He works at the telephone exchange. No, I'm afraid he's been let go. Oh, yeah? That's odd. He still takes the ferry to work every day. I'm sure he's at the telephone exchange right now, in fact. I dropped him there a few hours ago. We're stopping at the telephone exchange again shortly to deliver their mail and pick up their trash. You should go ashore when we do. Ask for Dashiell. Okay. Oh, that's it. And who knows what happened there. I rarely miss a chance to lounge on the beach around the rum colony, and I do enjoy a drink, though I don't find their signature liquor suits me. But this time I elected to stay aboard and shoot the breeze with Kate over some mineral water. Still, I heard reports. Schoenberg missed an appointment but didn't seem perturbed. I'm sure those two were more eager to listen to the house band. I can't remember exactly who was playing, but Patch always has someone in to tranquilize the crowd. Oh, watch out for those tall, pointy bits. Oh, if we're talking about the rum colony, I should tell you about Patch. He's the bartender, general manager, creative director, I guess. That means he books the music. He's pretty much run the place for the last 7 years. A lot of folks assume he owns it, but that is not the case. The Rum Colony is owned by a dead name named Vernon. Technically, it would be owned by the power company, who once brought a sizable interest from Vernon as part of the state-sponsored investment program, but a clause in their arrangement requires them to keep their hands off the day-to-day, and most of the profits, so long as Vernon walks this earth. The upshot of all this is that nobody came forth to identify the body. Patch is a good guy, though. Kind, trustworthy, and he mixes a strong Mai Tai if that's your thing. I almost feel like I should have gone aboard last one. Or to the thing. Valkyrie and Blue lounge below deck. Clara, Kate, and I stopped to do some business by telephone. Let's do that. We can check out Blue's below deck meanderings another time. Act 4, Scene 4. A phone. She's got I guess we're going to be here for a minute. Looks like they have a few calls to make. What are you going to do? Yeah, that's a good question. Just thought I'd stretch my legs, on firm ground. I didn't realize this place would be floating on barrels. Back when I was driving long hauls, that's the real big trucks now, I sometimes wouldn't leave the cab but to pump gas. I took my meals in there, I slept in there, I changed my socks in there. The whole thing. So one time I was hauling a bunch of big spools, telephone wire I think actually, up from California into Washington State. You know where that is? It's way out on a map. It's kind of the left of here, more or less. In between California and Washington, there's a place called Oregon, and you can't pump your own gas there. They have a guy who does it called a gas jockey, and you better not even open your door or they get all suspicious. I drove through California and into Washington, and I refilled in the middle in Oregon. And so I didn't set foot out of my truck for a whole day. When I came out of that cab, the ground rushed right up like it missed me. Gave me a big old kiss right on the chin right there. What I'm saying is... hell, I forget. What am I talking about? It's important to take breaks. Exactly. Don't forget that, and don't say I never taught you anything. Well, guess I'll head back aboard. Might see if I can find any of the good stuff stashed in the... Maybe in the spice cabinet? Maybe in the medicine cabinet? That's where it belongs. Hell, who am I talking to? Don't listen to me, kid. I'll see you in a few. What? The heck? Okay. Dude's just like, what the hell happened?
You have 23 new messages.
Oh, okay. I remember going to... Oh.
Going to a house in Aroostook County, Maine. I was 2. We were moving, and we were driving up in a white Nissan station wagon with faux wood paneling. And it was the first time that I'd seen the house that I was going to live in for the next 7 years. Being washed in the bathroom sink. I was just parking my car. I had to parallel park it. The street that I live on was full, but there was but it just got cold today for like the first time in a long time. So I had the heat on. And whenever you have the heat on in an old car, it definitely smells a certain way. It smells kind of like, it almost smells, you can like smell that it's hot. And you can feel it too, but
the smell that it is like from the car itself, like from the engine. And there's been a lot of smoking going on in that car, so it's not exactly a pleasant smell, but it's definitely strong and it's definitely there. And with the windows down, you can also smell that it's cold. So you get both. And that feeling together is super familiar if you've been in old cars a lot. Anyway, I was parking and I had to go in and out about it like 3 times, but when I finally finished parking, it was like perfect. Both wheels against the curb, and that's when I had like the double memory. When I first learned how to drive, my mom taught me how to parallel park. She told me the story about when her dad, who was a motorcycle cop, taught her how to parallel park. And every time she parallel parked, she would take out a dime. And if she could fit the dime between the wheel of her car and the curb of the street, then she had to do it again. She didn't do that for me, but every time that I got upset about having to do it again, she would tell me that at least I didn't have to be a dime's distance away from the curb. I learned how to drive in the fall, and I got that snow a lot during that time. And I don't know when my mom learned to drive.
Oh, probably going to school. I can't sleep because the trees are scraping against my window, and it reminds me of a tongue scraping against my skin. What? I'm about to cross an ocean. I worry about my dog. Can't sleep anywhere near a place. The gas is sold. Not when it's being sold, when it's not being sold. It was tough to hold on to this meat, but yeah, my hands are pretty damp. I remember the number 10 in a flashcard with a turkey on it. It had a yellow background.
The frogs are too loud.
Not a whole lot. I guess I was walking. I was in a stroller in Treetop Park in Florida. My mother accidentally pushed me into a spider web. I freaked out a lot. That's the first thing I remember.
Suddenly I just realized there's a bear there.
We were sent for. I keep hearing these noises whenever I close my eyes. It's like bells ringing. But the bells aren't metal bells or ceramic bells. They're the kind of bells like you normally hear. They're like this weird. I can't even describe the material. It's just resonant. Just ringing resonant. And as soon as I open my eyes again, there's nothing.
I remember driving across an old dirt road. My birthday was at the party at McDonald's in Hawaii. I got a toy that I didn't like. I broke it. Getting caught neck in the jungle gym. I was crying so hoping that you'd be able to tell me why I can't sleep. It seems like it's been a long time, and it seems like it's been it just I have to sleep now.
End of new messages.
Well then. All the reasons why people doing stuff. Don't you go diving in too. It's actually really cold and kind of dangerous. Did he say where he was going? He's looking for the good stuff. I see. Still thirsty. Kate keeps some diet soda in the broom closet, but you didn't hear it from me. It's next to the bleach. Bring a flashlight. Oh no, I don't think that's what he's looking for. Is any important messages? Every single one. Where are you headed tonight, small man? I'm just following my friends. Is this young woman your friend? We met Ezra earlier tonight, and she's been very helpful. I'm hoping we can return the favor once we get back above ground. Poor kid was sleeping at the bus station and just lost track of his folks. He'll be alright. He's more at home down here than any of us. Trust me, I have an eye for it. Kate, thanks for calling. Hope I didn't wake you up. No, I can't really get comfortable enough to sleep anymore except in the car. Oh, not driving. In the passenger seat, reclined. Eric drove me around the reservoir this afternoon and I got an hour or two in. Couldn't get settled in bed, so I was just watching TV, some cooking show about high-concept junk food, and everyone from my high school chemistry class was there making cupcakes out of old bicycle parts. I think I might have dozed off a bit, actually. Honestly, this baby can come out whenever he wants. I'm completely over it. Don't rush it, just try to get some rest. That's what Eric says. I guess it'll happen when it happens. I mean, obviously it... Ooh. Whoa, God, the phones down here are such a mess. Hey, Kate, I really appreciate you checking in. I have your pager number, and so does Eric. Just in case I'm too, distracted or whatever. I'll let you go. I should try to eat something. Reishi will have, try some of that lichen oil I left just to help settle your stomach. Okay, thanks. Maybe I'll just chew on some ice. Talk to you soon, Kate. Hopefully. Just checking in on a client. Did I mention I'm a birth doula? That's like a nurse, right? Well, no, I don't have any formal medical training or licensing, just a lot of experience. I think most women who hire me mainly want someone in the delivery room who doesn't treat childbirth like some kind of disease to be cured. I mean, no hard feelings against doctors, but they have their own process, and it can be pretty alienating sometimes. Is everything okay? Yeah, everything's great. Sounds like she's ready. Some women just know. It's amazing. Others are caught totally by surprise. Your friend went back aboard? He's been drinking a bit. Oh, I should have pointed him toward the head. I'm glad you phoned. I was just thinking of you. See him on the phone waiting for my call? That's so nice. I was eating an early lunch, actually, and my mind was wandering. I visited the hospital yesterday. I went to visit Uncle Andreas, but they moved him. Now he's in hospice care facility run by some old Polish nun. Everyone says it's very nice. I asked them about visiting, and they said he didn't want any visitors. He's just being stubborn. Yes, it's typical of Andreas. I was thinking maybe if you came to visit, he would see you. All those afternoons you two would go drinking beers by the river. Don't you think it would mean a lot to him if he could say goodbye to you in person? Nadia, I'd never make it back in time anyway. It's true, you're a long way from home, Clara. Suppose it can't be helped. Oh, here's Mother at the door. We're going to try again to see him. I hope the tour is going well. Love you. Be careful. My sister, back home. She's very depressing to me this morning. Uncle Andrews is terminally ill and refusing visitors, and Nadia is making a stir about it. It doesn't bother you that your uncle is refusing visitors? He's a bear of a man. Wild animals is what they do. It's when they time to die, they wander off into the forest alone. No, I said it wrong. They don't wander. They make a pilgrimage. We must always take the dying at their word. Their motivations are beyond our understanding. The older man, he's swimming back to the Mammoth. No emergency, I hope. Oh, I hope there's paper. It's been a busy night. He's writing a letter? Ha! I hadn't heard that euphemism. Must be Lithuanian. Brandon approaches. I don't suppose any of you folks are headed past the Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. Not in this room. We'll be coming back this way in a few hours. Well, I may still be here then. No big deal. I'll just hang out and read something until it's time to head back to work. Hey, you folks are traveling with that old guy, right? With a leg? Is he okay? I saw him earlier tonight. He came by the storage facility for some files. He totally bit it on the staircase. He's okay though, right? I think so. I don't know him too well. He just seems preoccupied to me. Yeah, I got that feeling too. Back at the storage facility, he was asking a lot of weird questions. And he seemed distracted, like, spiritually. Well, have a good night, or, morning, almost. Now I really wish I'd gone aboard on ashore on that previous one. So who knows what happened. Down along the Echo we go. Where we'll stop is no one knows. That right there is Ratliff Monuments if you ever need a headstone carved for a loved one, I mean. Violet Ratliff never married, nevertheless bore 6 children. Earl, Kelly, Barb, Ron, young Earl, and Beauty. And for each birth she locked the doors of Ratliff Monuments for only one day, even with young Earl, when she was in labor for 36 hours. Well, that's what folks said, and I met her and I believed them. She had the unyielding disposition of a cliffside. None of Violet's children had any desire to go into monument making. Beauty thought it was all a bit ghoulish. There's some truth to that. Very little demand for monuments to the living, after all. The run of the shop fell at last to young Earl, the only Ratliff still at home when his mother finally passed at 82, and who then had the honor of engraving her headstone. He's done well for the most part. The shop was damaged in a flood several years ago. The showcase, a mock cemetery out front, was mostly washed away. Stone monuments, bobbing violently in the first torrents of the flood, eventually sank and spread along the channel bottom downriver. An elongated graveyard for no human loss, visited by eyeless fish and adorned with indifferent wraiths of algae. If a few stray stones end up at the bottom of Lake Leith, too, we'll never know. Young Earl is the last of his short line professionally, and there's nobody around qualified to carve his monument, so he's already claimed one of those at the bottom of the river for himself. Another stop? Probably. Ezra taught us a guard game. Shannon, Ezra, the old man, and I stopped at the Radvansky Center to make some quick cash. We're going aboard for all of these. Just missed the one. The Radvansky Center. Oh. Good morning. Bags isn't feeling well. Long night. Poor kitty. What are you watching? Security tape from last night. Daryl left the lights on again. Should we slash his tires? I'll leave a stern note on his desk. Spare the rod. What are we doing today? Right. This is weird. You know that old vending machine? The one that only has tomato juice? No. The old one they just stopped refilling. Remember we rolled it out into the dock last August and some scavenger stripped it for metal in the middle of the night? Daryl cut his hand cleaning up after them and it got infected, remember? No. Okay, anyway, the rest of it ended up in the coat room until finally Daryl was piling it into a big bag for the trash barge to pick up, and he came across this box lost behind all the junk. Check it out. This looks old. Yeah, there's a bunch of videotapes and completed questionnaires. I looked up the reference number and it's never been processed, so I guess that's what we're doing today. There's no date on it, we'll just have to make one up unless there's some footage of a calendar or something in here. I guess these are the old tests before we started doing the video exit interviews. That's annoying. Yeah, let's see how we do it. How do we do this? I'll run the tape, you interpret the questionnaire, and I'll type it up. This should be some basic information in the first control test. Subject's general disposition. Jen looks over the questionnaire document from the envelope. Why are you here? The other passengers said we can make some quick cash taking these tests. Pragmatic. Demographic category? What's the first thing you remember? Remember spilled orange juice. Immigrant. Do you think we should use the old categories or the new categories? Oh, right. Will the computer even still take the old ones? They're still in the menu. Okay, in that case, put in precarious. Sure. Oh, I forgot. Name? It says Marquez on the file. Whoa, Marquez? Are you sure? That's what it says. Do you know her? That can't be. No, that's not her. Did she come alone or with a group? I don't know. There's an extended monitoring tape here, too. We could check on the dock when she showed up. No, definitely not. Oh, she's traveling with one of those creepy distillery guys. Him? Nah, he just looks like some old drifter. Maybe you're right. It's hard to tell in this light. Oh, it's... Wait, who is that? That guy in the hoodie. What? I've never seen him before. Really? He looks so dang familiar. I thought maybe he was a former intern or something. He's a little old for that, right? No, I don't recognize him. Sorry. We're all deja vu this morning. It's spooky. Sorry. It's just one of those days, I guess. Ha, I guess the old man is on dinghy guard duty. A noble assignment. So, who was this lady? Oh, right. Well, do you remember WVP-TV? No. Okay, it was a community television station. The Consolidated Power Company had to fund it as, like, a punishment for owing too much of the broadcast spectrum or something. Oh, they used to screen your videos, right? Yeah, it was like a co-op. I did some maintenance and they gave me a slot to show my work. And they had that naked banjo guy late at night. Yeah, that's mainly what everyone remembers. I guess their whole mandate was community expression. He was certainly expressive. Oh, wait, was WVP the one that... the flood, right? Yeah. Damn. So, Shannon Marquez, did she have Naked Banjo Show too? What? No. Let me guess. Which of the following sentences best describes you? I grieve for fading memories. She did the weather? No, I've never heard of Shannon Marquez. It was a Weaver Marquez I knew. She worked at the station for a bit, and then she left on kind of weird terms, actually. Anyway, where were we? Time picked up right where we left off. Okay, how do we rank her from the control test? Without turning around to look, please describe the following objects. Bookshelf. It has 4 shelves. It is shaped like a snake. Transformer coil. It is shaped like a snake. It reminds me of a museum. Poster. I remember circles. I remember it was scientific. I don't remember what was depicted in the poster. I have a poster in my workshop, a vintage advertisement for vacuum tubes. Chart of resistor values. I don't keep it. Yeah. Lighting. 1 lamp. Just kind of dim. Yeah, there was 1 lamp. Oh no, 2 lamp. 1, 2. Average, I guess. Average. Okay. 2 lamps. Yeah. Okay, pear and apple. How many pictures did she remember? 2, or actually maybe 3? What? She wrote down orange, strawberry, guava. Guava? I think she meant the pear. See, that's why I hate this test. There's so much fruit that basically just looks like other fruit. Oh, guava. Does guava even look like a pear, though? I don't think I've ever seen a guava. I thought they were pink. They are lemon-sized, and they are pink-ish. They're just pink on the inside. You wouldn't confuse a real guava for a real pear. But in one of Daryl's crude watercolors, but I can still clearly see that that's a pear, even on video. Yeah, you and I can, but we already know it's a pear. She could be remembering wrong or just identifying what, to her, is much more likely a fruit to appear in a painting based on any number of cultural, social, geographic, you know. She didn't say anything in a response to help clarify. Well, let's see. Please describe in detail any sensations that accompany your memory of the pictures. I remember the way the fruit tastes. My mother gave me some mushed up guava once to cure a toothache. Not really, just some sensory memories of guava. I guess we should just skip the pictures. That's a shame. It's really hard to measure memory degradation in some of the later tests without this one as a baseline location updating scenario. I've been saying we should just use the photographs. Watercolor paintings already have the quality of a half-remembered dream anyway. Like they're inviting you to forget them, or somebody else already forgot them for you. Like a mama bird feeding her chicks cotton candy. Photographs are... It's not that they're really more accurate or true, but we think they are. They put you in that mindset. They have authority. So, yeah, out with the watercolors, I say. But then poor Daryl would have nowhere to exhibit his work. Kitty. Jen, look who it is. Aw, I miss that kitty. I forget what became of the white one. Her name was Coconut, and she disappeared without a trace. Easy come, easy go? I wouldn't say easy. I had to leave food on the dock for a week before she'd come inside. She only stuck around for a month or two. You probably saw quite a lot of her. I remember you were working nights then. She was a nocturnal creature. That's right, I remember. No. Food for the kitty? Food for the kitty. Kitty is getting food. Food for the kitty. Kitty wants the food. Here is the kitty. You want the food. Give food to kitty. Happy kitty cat. Good kitty. Pet the kitty. Wait, I don't remember this test. Oh. Did we cut this one? What's the questionnaire like? No, this is just... Sometimes if I can't make it in for a few days, I might leave a note to feed the cats. For the test subjects? Wow. How do you know they'll do it? I'll write it on a university letterhead. Jen, that is unethical. At least I don't use the university property and research equipment to make weird video art. Very well then, I contradict myself. Wonder which is the nobler transgression. I'll settle that question. It's nobler to feed the kitties. I agree. Kitty gotta eat. Always feed kitties. Oh, hello. Oh, okay. This is before the CD players. I hope she remembered to rewind. They never did, and Darrow would be in all night rolling all these tapes back one by one in his little Walkman. He still has that thing. He said he uses it at the gym, but I think he's just too attached to his old mixtapes. He's so sentimental, our Darrow. These tapes had sounds from my apartment building. Did you know that? Oh, I thought it was a stock sound effects from the library. Yeah, the CDs are. But it was on tape. Darryl had me borrow a tape recorder from the music department and go collect them myself. He showed me a first draft of the questionnaire. I think some of them are still there, like, what were you thinking about immediately before listening to the tape? Something about my friend. After the tape ended, how quickly did your thoughts return to that subject? I never really stopped thinking about it. Right, I don't really get the point of that question. I think it's just there to set a baseline for the introspection index. So all the doors opening and closing, those are all from your apartment? Most of them, yeah. Others were from the basement. We have these rows of storage closets down there. None of them are locked or anything. It's just like this weird row of doors. They're not even marked or differentiated. You have to keep count as you go and remember which one is yours. Mine was number 8. I went down there a little tipsy once, Sunday cleaning, you know, with a few glasses of wine. Anyway, I accidentally opened number 9. It was full of mice, like for a computer, I mean. They were all neatly arranged on shelves, organized by some inscrutable quality, cables tied with Velcro. The neighborhood mouse hoarder. A collector, I think. I guess he lived next door. I told Daryl we should add a question, something like, question, while listening to tape recordings of door opening, if at any point you have any expectation or visualization about what may be on the other side of these doors, please write it down. The last door, it sounded like a kitchen door. I was just curious, I guess, since it was from my building. Like, I have a strong sense of where those doors lead, just by hearing them. But is that just from my memory? Or is it inherent to the sound somewhere? Interesting. You should write a grant proposal. Oh, I wouldn't want to step on any toes. You know, university politics. Oh, here's another extended monitoring tape from the waiting room. Busy night. There he is again, sleeping. Where do I know him from? It's going to drive me up the wall. Does he work at the university? Oh, that sounds familiar. Yeah, I think he might have worked there a long time ago, maybe when I was an undergrad. Ah, the Paleolithic. I thought he looked a bit rugged. That's right, Jen. I went to college during the Stone Age. What was your major? Fire. I don't think he was a professor. Maybe staff? It's been so long. Sometimes I wish I just barreled through like you did, instead of taking my time off before grad school. I'm sure it was the right thing to do at the time. Yeah, or the only thing. I was such a mess. Did I ever tell you about that? My boyfriend died suddenly in my last year of college. Oh, poor thing. It's okay. It was a long time ago. But yeah, it really shook me up back then. He was studying astronomy. We were both really into experimental music. We took a few art classes together. That's so sad. How did... Sorry, never mind. No, it's okay. That's the thing, actually. I mean, that's what shook me up about it. It was just this random accident that never should have happened, and so sudden you never seen it coming. He was back home visiting his parents, and he fell off a roof. Damn. I know what you mean. You can't predict that kind of... What do you call it? Freak accident kind of thing. My psychiatrist says that's why I'm such a pessimist. Well, I think you're remarkably upbeat, all things considered. I mean, you know, that thing with your boyfriend and the roof, but also what happened to the TV station. Acts of God. You think? No, I mean, that's what you call it. That's what you say when it's nobody's fault. I don't think I believe in that. What? Acts of God? Yeah, but there has to be a word for when something completely shitty happens for no reason, right? Guess it's kind of archaic. Jen flips through the questionnaire. First, please use the blank space below to describe your general feelings about television. If you have difficulty summarizing your emotions succinctly, or you have too many different feelings to fit in the blank space, you may use the back of this paper. I have mixed feelings about television. You were asked to watch several videos. How many of the videos did you watch? Just one. Speaking of the TV station, you were saying something earlier about the other Marquez girl. Oh, right. I was talking about Weaver. Yeah, what exactly happened with her? You said she left on weird terms? Yes, well... So actually she just stopped showing up. That was pretty normal. It was all volunteers, right? Community television. Yeah, people didn't really give much advance notice. They just got bored and drifted away. It was more like an art project than a job for most people. Weaver Marquez helped manage the archives, like filing and sorting old tapes of broadcasts. I think she was pretty smart. She probably could have been more help fixing equipment or something, but she seemed content just to organize tapes. Nobody ever talked to her much, so when she left, no big deal. But then a couple months later, we started getting these bizarre interventions. We're gonna watch this one. The camera passed through several doors with inscribed labels. Please write down the sounds you heard as the video passed through the doors of the following inscriptions. Travel. Nourishment. Sleep. Someone would be doing a show in their normal time slot, and then suddenly the feed would cut. We'd still be broadcasting, but our signal was totally jammed. Oh, like interference? I mean, total blackout. Then this video would come on, clearly shot in our studio at some point. It was her, Weaver Marquez. She'd be standing in the middle of the studio facing the camera. Okay, location updating effect on emotional memory. The results are kind of confusing, actually. She's either very hurried or just not taking it seriously. This test reminds me of one of your videos, Mimi. Hurried but kind of disoriented. A portrait of sorrow. So, yielded no new information. That's all that needs saying, I think. Damn, this is taking a while. Dare will be heartbroken if this is the only box we get through today. Poor thing. It's like a paper butterfly. I would say a moth. Oh, look. Can you read that date? Damn, I can't read it either. May not have even been current. I remember for a while we had a calendar up that was like years behind. I think Daryl liked the picture. What was it? Best friends. Every month there was a different pair of animals that were friends. That's adorable. I think I'm going to be sick. You don't remember that? That weird intern brought it in from home. What was his name? Who? Oh, you remember. He was always like... I mean, we would make fun of him for... Damn, he's almost completely gone from my brain. So many interns coming and going then. I guess I didn't even bother remembering their names. I wonder who was working back when this was recorded. Is there a tape of some... of the monitoring room? Yeah, here it is. Oh, before we check that out, did she flip the calendar forward or backward? Backward. Oh, weird. They usually flip it forward. Kitty. Oh, hello. Kitty. Kitty. There she goes. Wait, do you think... Did she follow them out? Oh, well, here's the last extended monitoring tape from the dock when they left. Did the kitty end up on the boat with us? Oh my god. See, told you he was one of those distillery guys. I guess you were right. Those other guys came to pick him up for work, maybe? I don't like how they all hang out together. It's creepy. We hang out together and work together. Yeah, but it's not... They're like more than co-workers. I don't know. I just get this awful feeling whenever I see them. Like I knew them once, but not anymore. Like when they take up a dead person to look like an old photograph of themselves. Sort of familiar, sort of strange. Yeah, exactly. There ought to be a word for that. Oh. Okay. Bye, kitty. They look like nice enough people. I'm sure she's very happy with them. Yeah. So... This has been a bit of a memory trip for you, huh? I bet you didn't expect these old tapes to stir up so much. How does it feel for these people to come up again? Weaver Marquez and Wise Will and... and... What was your boyfriend's name? The one who died in college? Charlie. Yeah, it's kind of a bittersweet experience, actually. Like looking at photographs of people who've died or moved away. People that are gone. Gone, but not forgotten. No, not forgotten. You're right. So very strange. Look at those easels and tables on the beach over there. They call it an open-air gallery, or probably something more upscale like alfresco galleria. They say it's a popular design in foreign cities like Paris and New York. That may be true. The appeal is clear enough, I guess. Anyone can wander in and out. There aren't any walls or doors. There's no reef either. Just kind of a thin cloth membrane. Not quite a sheet or a tarp, but more like a drape of rolled-out spiderweb, looking like it might bunch up and dissolve if it ever got rained on. No concern down here for rain. Anybody thinks they're inside just because they can't see the sky. But it's a microclimate down here, and it surely does rain. Right now, they're exhibiting some intimate photographs of small-town life. There's one of a small girl playing in a puddle. She's got her back to the camera, she's fussing with something, looking at her hands. Maybe she's stuffing a message in a bottle or folding a paper boat. Reviews have been good. It's a popular show, probably because of its relevance. The town depicted in these photos was very recently flattened to make way for a big museum project. Well then. I took a nap. Ezra helped Kate forage for mushrooms. That certainly seems more interesting to me. Act 4, Scene 6. A grove. Oh. Mushroom hunting. Mushroom hunting. Oh my goodness. She lit a second cigarette with the embers of the first one. She trembled, sweating a little under a heavy coat. It was warmer near the doors, but she was following directions. No smoking within 25 feet of hospital entrance. Kate gently rolls a fallen branch and picks something white from the underside. She holds it up for Ezra to examine. Pleurosybylla porigens. The common name is angel wings. Isn't that pleasant? They have a delicate, springy texture. And they're tasty like sweet moss. So she stood by a hot dog cart parked at the edge of the sidewalk. Would you like a bite? Okay. Ezra takes a small bite and ruminates. What do you think? It does taste like moss. Personally, I like to be able to tell where my food came from by flavor alone. I like to taste my surroundings, I mean. Keeps me connected to the whole thing. My mushroom hunting mentor told me it's useless to pretend to know mushrooms. They escape your erudition. The more you know about them, the less sure you feel about identifying them. She taps the cover of the small red book she's carrying. That's why I always bring my favorite guidebook. Kate points to a small mushroom growing in the dirt. Oh, here's an important one to recognize, though. Look, see the sort of greenish pallor on the cap? Amanita phallides. That's Greek. Amanita means mushroom, and phalloides means, never mind. Can you eat it? Only once. It's deadly poisonous. Death cap, that's the common name. It's killed a lot of people. This little mushroom, including a few Roman emperors. It's revolutionary. Even the Buddha died from eating a mushroom when he was very old. That's just what they do. Clear away old things, make room for new things. Pretty important, right? I always thought they deserved a little more respect. Would you like to help me look for a few more? I have a sort of shopping list. Great. Look for... actually, just grab any mushrooms that catch your eye and I'll throw them in this bag. Let me know when you're done and we'll see what you got. Have fun. That's the second rule of mushroom hunting. The first rule is ask Kate before eating anything. Okay? Kate examines some tree roots. She spots a couple of intriguing growths along the roots of a tree, a speckled white ball and a cluster of softly glowing amber caps. The hot dog vendor tried to start up a conversation with some immediately too personal questions. She decided to give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he considered it part of his job, she thought, to offer his customers some kind of counsel. Maybe it was to solve his guilty conscience for selling junk food outside of a hospital. The bag is ragged and waterlogged. He nugs it with a stick, coiling up a plastic thread and spreading it out on the beach. He didn't like the play in the house. It was always too cold. It seemed to store up the cold at night and then slowly discharge it into his bones during the day while the sun bounced feebly off the windows. But he liked to play in the woods behind the house. He'd taken a knife from the kitchen, selected for its long serrated edge, meant for slicing bread. Its teeth had reminded him of a saw blade. He was determined to collect some firewood to heat the house. There are no mushrooms in the bag. The stump is ringed with overlapping shelves of mushrooms striped brown, blue, gray, white. A caterpillar crawls along one of them. He didn't have any friends nearby. None of their neighbors seemed to have children his age, so he played alone in the woods, alone except for the deer. Kate examines the glowing amber caps. The mushrooms are slick, sticky to the touch, like they're covered in smoldering honey. Kate cuts the bundle of mushrooms from the tree roots and puts them in her bag. Kate tries to wipe some of the mud off her boot. Didn't find anything? That's okay. Ezra inspects the mushrooms. It smells spicy, sweet, mild, like how Ezra had expected his father's tobacco to taste when he hastily chewed and swallowed a noxious fistful and spent the afternoon retching in secret. He heard someone calling his name, probably his mother, but her voice didn't sound right through the trees. He kept going. Ezra tears off a piece of mushroom and puts it in his bag. Closes his eyes and listens to the water and the distant clicking of bats. He tripped on a protruding root and lay a while in the mud, examining the pale upper branches of a sycamore tree, listening to the soft rumble of a faraway thunderstorm. Then ladder closer, and his hair stood on end, and there was the bird. I just found this one. Kate takes the bundle of amber caps from her bag. These ones are really cool. See how they kind of glow a little? It's not enough to find your way in the dark or anything, but still pretty amazing. Anyway, I make a tea out of them. Pretty good for headaches. Kate puts the mushrooms back in her bag. So, what do your parents do for work, I mean? My dad used to sell windows. People were building a lot of new houses and they needed a lot of windows. But then they stopped building houses. My mom worked at a bakery and a bar. Sometimes she would see the same people in the morning and the evening. The bakery closed and she doesn't work at the bar anymore, but she still goes there a lot to see her friends. Do you have a family? I almost had a baby once. I learned a lot about difficult pregnancies, at least, so now I can help other women. I've basically been on my own since then. Well, that's not really true. Just about everyone who sets forward about the mucky mammoth feels like family to me now. I guess everybody's family then. If nobody's family, then everybody's family. Haha. What's this island for? It looks like it was made on purpose. Oh, right. It's kind of a nice, simple shape. Pleasantly minimal geometry. Months later, she came across a book on homeopathic medicine in a used bookstore and bought it. She thought it was mostly bullshit, but found the author's notes on unpredictability of mushrooms immediately compelling. Spiritual, even. She started collecting mushrooms on hikes, never eating them, just collecting, identifying, and discarding. Eventually, she connected with the Lexington Mycological Society and began to study in earnest the medicinal uses of fungi. I'm sure it could be natural, though. I mean, I don't know if the island itself is man-made or not, but I guess I don't know much about this place, really. It's supposed to be some kind of memorial to something? Will would know more. Sorry, it's a mystery. Ezra kicks the dirt. It's a mystery. I'll search for clues. She put out her cigarette, said goodbye to the hot dog vendor, and spent the rest of the afternoon listening to doctors and trying to understand the world as they did, as a list of discrete injuries to be mended. The monument is covered with lichen and painted text. Ezra inspects the lichen. Colorful lichen coats the surface of the monument, mixing with painted graffiti in some places indistinguishably. A cypress tree. The tree smells spicy, oily. Ezra looks up into the branches. Some of the branches have been trimmed recently. Ezra inspects the contents of his pockets. Alright, what have you got? There's some weird, colorful moss growing in the stone-faced monument. Ah, that is called lichen. It's actually part fungus. It's sort of a weird hybrid. Not really my area of expertise, but some of it has useful medicinal properties. And some of it is poison. The usual. It's beautiful, though, isn't it? What do you think that monument is for? I'm not sure anyone remembers. The branches on the tree are trimmed. Oh, good observation. So I guess somebody's still taking care of this place. Or just practicing their tree trimming somewhere out of the way. Kitties. Lots of kitties. Well, Ezra, I can't say I know what that all adds up to. Like I said, I wish Will were here. He'd have some local history for us. We can ask him back on the boat. Kate enters and look up at an old battleship drifting by. Oh, there it is, the Iron Pariah. Don't worry, it's just passing by. What do you think of it? Ezra's parents shook him awake. They seemed alarmed but not immediately concerned. They led him back into the house, past the house, into the car. Dad said they were going to stay at the bus station for a while, the one with the little arcade with the little car game he liked. Dad watched him closely in the rearview mirror, expecting Ezra to be excited or confused or scared, but he didn't feel anything. He hardly seemed to hear. In fact, he felt like he was observing the family car from a distance, from far above from the clouds. Have you ever been aboard? Oh, no. I've never even been close. I have to admit, I'm a little curious, but well, sometimes places get an aura forbidden about them, and it just seems to be best to stay away. Plus, it would ruin the mystery. Supposedly there's nobody aboard. No people, I mean. I mean, there must be something on there. Life is everywhere. Rats, insects, some kind of hardy mold. Part of it could be flooded and host to some of the eyeless fish that live in the Echo. Hey, maybe there are some mushrooms growing in there, slowly consuming military rations from over 100 years ago. Someone told me she got close to it by accident and heard a strange wailing sound. She was a passenger on the Mammoth. She'd been out fishing on a rowboat and got swept up by a current near the cutter place. Before she knew it, the Iron Pariah was upon her, unimaginably massive, up close, but eerily silent. The only sounds she said were the lapping of the lake water against this iron hull and a faint sort of, well, she said a chorus of mews. There's all kitties. See the kitties? I'll be damned if I know what that sounds like. Never gotten close enough to the ship myself. More mysteries. They do pile up over time as people do forget the details. Thanks for taking me mushroom picking. Mushroom hunting. You can pick apples because they're right out there in the open. Mushrooms hide. You have to hunt for them. Well, bye-bye, kitty ship. It's time to go. We got kitty ships. Oh, debris. I wonder if that's from the flooding. See that rough circle of rocky protrusions near the shore? It's more intricate than it looks. More than 2/3 of it is actually underwater. I haven't seen it myself, but listen to this. It's man-made and the rocks weren't placed according to their size, so what's visible is more or less uniformly rammed selection of the overall shape. Looks like it might be a spiral, all told, or maybe some kind of meditative labyrinth. At the head of that is a petrified oak stump. That was moved here from above ground, of course, decades ago. That's where the ceremony took place. The Locks were married here. Many frail-tongued observers said they should just go with lock or luck, or split the difference with look, or even lick, or really anything else, but it was never going to happen. Greta Luck and Norm Locke were high school sweethearts. They took a chemistry class together where she challenged him to shoot the moon, learning formula and compounds well enough to answer every test question exactly wrong and achieve a perfect failing grade. Their engagement was welcome news for the family business who had been looking for some opportunity to merge interests. They were Locks of large animal storage and Lucks of the Luck family nut company. Surely someone in branch of these two great trees had elephant husbandry on the brain. This is all speculation. The ceremony itself was humble and perfunctory and must have somehow involved these rocks. Maybe they walked them in a spiral like a symbol of their ever-tightening bond. And it must have also involved that petrified stump. Neither family is particularly religious, but rumors persist that the officiant wore a robe. Shannon helped me fix a mushroom stew in the kitchen. Shannon and her friend set out in the dinghy to deliver a package at the telephone exchange. And that is Act 4, Scene 7. The Echo River Central Exchange. Oh, thanks again for your help. This is about as far as the tugboat can go, you know. Noise and lights disturb the bats. And actually, right there is where we're going to wrap up for the evening. And we will pick this up next week, Sunday, to continue our first playthrough of Kentucky Route Zero. Thank you all so much for joining me for tonight's stream as we continued and did the interlude between Act 3 and 4, and a good chunk of the way through Act 4 of Kentucky Route Zero. Please do stick around. We're going to throw a radar out to one of our fellow Twitch Hawaii streamers. It's Sushi is playing some Cult of the Lamb. So please give her your love and support once we get over to her channel. I will be back on Tuesday for Random Game Night, and as I said, next week Sunday to continue that first playthrough of Kentucky Route Zero. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and as always, aloha.